Hey guys, it's Kim here with Fairily Fiber Fun. Welcome to another show and tell episode. This is July episode 1. I'll have 2 show and tell episodes this month for Tour de Fleece. I've been sick and I don't feel very well today, so please bear with me. I'm on a ramble mode, but I am getting better. It's just an ear infection. I get those all the time. Come with fever and rash and lack of sleep, the whole 9 yards. So my ears got the stabbing pain in them and everything, but I'm on the mend and feeling good enough to attempt to film a show. So just bear with me while I'm in ramble mode. I'm going to talk mostly first. I'm going to talk first about Tour de Fleece. I can't talk. I have, right in front of me, I have week 1 challenge for Team Do It Step and Die, which is the rainbow spin. The challenge is to use as many colors of the rainbow as you can in one spin. So I dyed up a rainbow, carded a rainbow, and separated it into 2 balls of pre-drafted roll-locks. The first ball is going to be one single, and it is the rainbow gradient. The other ball is the fractal version. So once I get these both spun up and plied, it'll be a rainbow gradient fractal. And as you can see, this ball is a lot smaller. Let's get it again. Because I've already spun almost half of it. And the purple was on the outside, so I'm down to the green. And you can see the yellow because I'm almost done with the green. And this is a really fun spin. I started spinning last night because I couldn't sleep. My ears were killing me. I had a rash. I was itchy and I was miserable and I couldn't sleep. So I got up and a little bit before 1, I sat down at my wheel in the semi-dark of my living room and I spun to the light of the TV. And that is a really, really interesting way to spin. Completely by feel. Minimal light. I mean, I could see my hands, but the purple was dark and the rim was dark and I couldn't really see the bobbin. So I went by feel, and every time I got to the end of a roll-along, I'd switch hooks and it didn't break a single time. In the 3 hours I spent spinning in the dark, it didn't break at all, and I was spinning really, really slow because I was tired and I didn't feel good. So this is 6 hours of spinning. And I'm almost done with the green. So I'm trying to block the light a little bit because it's glaring. Here we go. I've got the curtains open in my room. And it's really bright out. So this is the first bobbin. Trying to get it to focus. And I'm just spinning a default spin with this and enjoying it. I'm not doing as well today on it because it's broken several times. I mean, it caused me bonkers. Driving me bonkers. I'm hoping to get this single done today, but I probably won't. And I have another fiber I want to do for another team. I'm on Team Starsheep as well. And this is from a Star is Shorn shop on Etsy. I did an unboxing video already. And I pre-filmed it about a month in advance of posting it live. But I split the braid into 3 equal portions using my kitchen scale. And I'm planning on doing a 3-ply sock yarn, which I've done 3 plies before, but they were always Navajo plied, chain plied, not traditional plying. So I don't know how that's going to turn out, and I'm not sure how much this is going to fluff up in the wash. So we'll see if I get a sock weight or not. But I'm dying to get started on this. So like I only have X number of bobbins. 2 of my bobbins are tied up. 3 with this one. So I don't know how many bobbins I have available, and I want to work on all of my spins at the same time. But I only have 1 wheel and limited bobbins, right? I didn't get a chance to order more bobbins before the tour, and I should have done that. But anyway, I can't wait to get started on this one. I'm just going to spin it pretty much end to end or something, I don't know. It's whatever it feels like. I'll be focusing on consistency and extremely, extremely thin. Then I joined another team. I was going to limit myself to 2, and then I came across a team that I fell in love with. It's Team Alma Park, I think is what it's called. It's Alma Park Alpacas. And I didn't get a chance to order any fiber from her shop. But it's a laid-back team, and I wanted one team where I could just do whatever the heck I wanted to and not have to worry about any rules, any challenges, anything. I could just do whatever I wanted to. So that's where my silk spin comes in. Pre-Tour de Fleece, I finished spinning the natural silk that's been on this bobbin for a year. And I had a tiny bit done and just decided silk wasn't for me and set it aside. A year later, I'm back. I know what I'm doing. I'm familiar with my wheel. I found her sweet spot. And the frustration that I had originally is gone. So I finished up the natural. Now I have 2 colors to spin, and then I want to apply them one at a time with this natural to kind of give it a little color texture. So here is my favorite of the colors. I don't know. They're both my favorite. Okay, they both are. This is my favorite number 1, right? It's red, like deep red, and it's got burgundy, almost black in it. I think that is black. Anyway, it's just gorgeous. Love this. And this blue and purple one. So I will be spinning a single of this and playing it with this. And I'll be spinning a single of this and playing it with this. And that is going to look gorgeous. Can't wait to get that done. But that is when I'm sick and tired of doing the nitpicky challenge spins that have to be a certain way, then I can work on the silk. Or when I need a break. All right, so that's all I have to talk about for Tour de Fleece today. There are 2 other challenges that I hope to get to, but today we're focusing on week 1. So, but I do have a few other things to share with you. First of all, I played with natural dyeing, and it was fun. My first attempt was hugely successful. Second and third attempt, and they're beautiful pinkish beige. 2 different colors of beige, one a little more brown, one a little more pink. They were supposed to be purple and blue. So that didn't work out so well. But I will show you the yellow. There's these gorgeous yellow flowers right across from my house. I have my yard, my driveway, and the road, and then there's the woods. And right at the edge of the woods, past the ditch and at the edge of the woods, there are these gorgeous yellow flowers, and I just picked a whole bunch of them and steeped them. I had no idea what it was. Looked them up later and discovered they are green-headed coneflowers. So they make an excellent yellow dye. Just look at this. Just look at how gorgeous that is. I had 2 little pieces that didn't want to absorb the dye, and they are very, very pale yellow. They must not have absorbed as much mordant. I don't know. So this is just so pretty, and it's almost as bright, almost, as the yellow that I dyed with food colorings, Wilton's cake decorating gels, and Kool-Aid. So that's just, I actually like this yellow better. And the fact that it came from flowers, that I created the dye from flowers, and then I dyed my own fiber that way, it was really, really cool. So I now know I can make a gorgeous yellow. We'll see eventually if I can make other colors. But so that was fun. A little bit of what I consider a failure as far as the purple and blue went. That was a major failure, but beautiful beige colors, so I'll use them eventually. And it was fun. And more fiber play. I have a Patreon subscriber who is due to receive a fiber package this month from me, a small fiber package. But she's not a fiber artist and she's not a knitter. She just wanted to support my dreams, so she told me not to send her anything, but I can't do that. You know, I have to do what the rules say. If I say I'm going to send you a package, I'm going to send you a package. Okay. So she has a wood burning stove and she has a hard time getting it lit because it's just, I don't know why. I've tried lighting her stove. She's a friend of mine. It's a family member of mine actually. And it's really hard to get her stove lit when the wind's blowing the wrong direction. So I thought I'd make her some fire starters. So I took a couple of empty toilet paper tubes I had on hand and I stuffed some loose cotton in them where they're not horribly packed, but when I turned it on its end and shook it, the cotton didn't fall out. And then I rolled it up in pretty paper. This is paper that was given to me so my kids could color on it, and I have like 3 reams of it. It's legal size paper, and I got tons of it, and it's in pastel colors. It's really pretty. Oh, shoot, that'll make some really attractive fire starters. Who doesn't like that, right? So I use cotton yarn to tie the ends, and the idea is to light both ends, and when the flames hit the cotton, it'll be enough of a flame to get the fire started well. I will have to test drive these before I send them to her and see if they work. I have a grill and it'll work for testing that out. That's pretty much my fiber play. I did receive a very surprise package. I'm trying to think of how I want to say this. It was a very unexpected thing. Mailman delivered a box to my door when I had ordered something from Hobby Lobby so I could make some drop spindles, and that arrived, but I had 2 boxes, not 1, and I was very surprised. So the mystery gifter will remain a mystery, but I want to show you a couple of things. First of all, in the package was some Angora bunny fluff that was hand dyed and carded, and this is just a little section I tore off of the bat, and it's so pretty. It's one of my favorite colors, and it is tonal, which I love. I hate boring. I don't do boring colors. If I can help it, it's got to have tonal variations to it or I'm not happy. I don't think I've ever spun a solid color except natural, and then I dyed it and it turned out tonal. So I don't think I've ever used a solid color. I may have to try it and see how I like it. But anyway, this is really soft, and I let the kids feel it, and they got their hands in the bag, and they were like, "Oh, Mama, this is so soft," and they literally wanted to roll around in it. So score 1 for the Angora bunny fluff. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I'm going to spin something out of it. And then, awesome, I have 1 set of hand cards that I purchased. They're 190 tips per inch, which is really, really fine. Purchased them for cotton. And mentioned in one of my shows that I wanted another set of hand cards that were not quite so dense. And I was gifted these used hand cards. They have brand new carding cloth on them, I think 70, 72 tips per inch. I was blown away. I stood there and sobbed hysterically when I opened the package because I'm not used to receiving such generous gifts, especially unexpected like that. I had no idea I was getting this. It just arrived at my doorstep. Whoa, what happened? And there were some other things in the package, which, another reason why I was crying hysterically. So I've been playing with these hand cards and making some roll-logs, and they're sitting over here, so I'm going to go grab one. Actually, they're not. These are my other roll-logs. But I've been making some red roll-logs for the 3rd Tour de Fleece challenge, and I have to say these hand cards are totally different from the dog brushes. See, I get used to the hand cards, and then I switch back to dog brushes, and I get used to those. and then it takes a little bit, and then I switch back to hand cards, and it's like I don't know what I'm doing. Eventually it'll get easier, but it is doing an excellent job. These hand cards are doing an excellent job of carding, and I think one of the problems I'm having is that the teeth on these hand cards are so stiff. They don't bend. They're not soft. They're hard. And the dog brushes, they move and they bend, and they have some give to them, and they don't, you know, I can actually, like, there's a softness to it, and you can see that I'm moving the tines a little bit. The hand cards don't do that, and I'm used to the tines moving, and so it feels like I'm fighting the hand cards. So I just need to give myself a chance to get used to them. But I'm blown away at the generosity of this gift, and I have plans to pay it forward some point in the near future, as in the next 2 or 3 years, within the next 2 or 3 years. Okay, that's all the fiber stuff. I did some knitting. I think since the last show and tell, I finished a shawl, and I don't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. Oh yes, Hazy Days. It is the shawl that my Ravelry group voted on, and it's a mini shawl, and I used my hand spun, and this is dyed using Wilton's Royal Blue in a used up Kool-Aid dye bath. So I dyed in Kool-Aid, and when the color was exhausted, I reused it to dye this. And I'm hoping that'll make the Wilton's color, the acid from the Kool-Aid will work better for the Wilton's gels. This shawl was a big surprise. I got to the last row and it said, bind off. And my first reaction was, holy cow, I thought there were points on there. Oh, where's the points? Where's the last 5 or 6 rows? Where's the edge of it? And then I read the rest of the instructions. When you block it, pull the points out wherever you want them. Well, okay. So super, super, super easy knit. It was very fun. It's lightweight. It looks gorgeous. I love to wear it. It doesn't go with what I'm wearing right now. This is my favorite way to wear it. It's really pretty. I wear it all the time. And it's summer and it's hot, but I still find excuses to wear this. So if it goes with what I'm wearing, I'm going to wear it. So I'm really happy to have this done, and for everyone who voted on it, thank you. I enjoyed the knit very much, and I enjoyed your guys' participation in it. Now, in the same, I started to knit a long thread hoping somebody would join me. Nobody did yet. So I finished this in like 3 days, 2 or 3 days. It was a quick knit. So I started another shawl using an older hand spun that I made. It's one of my first hand spuns on my wheel. And it's 100% merino. And I don't like it. I don't like the color. I don't like the feel of it. It's not a very good quality fiber. I'm not saying merino is a bad fiber. I'm saying this particular fiber was not a good batch. And it's coarse, it's scratchy, it just does not feel good. And it feels flat, like there's no energy in it. I got it from a felter who was destashing, if that gives you any hint. But I'm making the ginkgo crescent shawl, and it is top down. So here's the upside down ginkgo leaves started. And I'm loving the pattern. I've had a lot of issues with it, but my fault because I can't read a pattern. Here's the way they'll drape, like that. And I'm about halfway through the pattern. I think there are 54 rows and I'm on row 32, 30, something like that. I was up to 34 and realized I had been reading half the rows the wrong direction. So I had to frog those rows and start over with that section. So I think I ended up frogging 5 or 6 rows and picked up all the stitches and somehow managed not to make a tremendous, it's called horrendous, mistake when I did that, and was able to just continue the pattern from where I picked up the stitches. So that, somebody's here in my yard. How weird. Anyway, sorry about that. This has been a really fun knit, and it's taking me a week or two. I knit about to where I'm at now, maybe not quite this far, and decided I had way too much yarn. This is a lot of yarn. This is over 6 ounces of yarn. And I decided I needed the shawl to be a little bit bigger. So I added 1 pattern repeat. And I'll probably still have leftover yarn, but it'll use up more and it'll be slightly bigger. I like these little bitty shawls, but come winter I'm going to wish I had some larger ones too. So, you know, a medium-sized shawl maybe, slightly larger mini shawl. What is in between mini and medium size or normal size? I'm trying to figure that out. Oh, that's the roofers. The roofers came by, woke me up at like 7:30 in the morning. Sounded like they were tearing my house apart. They were removing the old roof. And it took them 3 days to remove the old roof and put on a new one. And I got my kids out there and helped them pick up nails and shingles and other trash that they put all over my yard. And the workers gave my kids $1 each for helping. It was so cool. My kids came running up to me, "Mama, look, they paid me." But it's wonderful that they finally finished. And they just came by to pick up some of their roofing materials they left in my yard. It's been sitting here for a full week. Like, when are they going to come pick up their junk? I don't like having my yard a big mess. So thankfully they just picked it up. That was a freebie. Just bear with me. That was a freebie. I think that's all. It's been an interesting month. It's been a difficult month. When is it never a difficult month? In my life, it's always a difficult month. That's what makes life interesting, right? I'm trying to think. My brain doesn't want to work today. It's what happens when you have a really bad ear infection, you don't get enough sleep, and your brain doesn't want to function. It's life. Yeah, I think that's it. So, thanks so much for bearing with me, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please stay tuned for more very crazy, rambling episodes of Show and Tell, because I get in front of the camera and I start talking. Who doesn't? You might not, but I do. It's part of Show and Tell, right? To sit here and ramble. Okay, I'm going to go quiet now. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll stick a picture or two in here of the Tour de Fleece stuff. And I'll see you on the next Show and Tell episode that I'm going to film the end of July, and you guys will probably see it the beginning-ish of August. Maybe you guys will see it before that. Maybe you guys will see it before the end of the month. I'll try. No promises, but I'll try. All right. See you later, guys. Bye.